And we're live. Welcome to the Writer's Life, place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life and where you get the truth about the writer's life. So, subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button, punch the like button, and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one super fucking exciting video. So, last night, just for the sheer hell of it, and I've been like playing with it, you guys, not to get your mind out of the gutter. Ever since I asked ChatGPT, my newest obsession, to write a Vincent Zandri style Dick Moonlight PI thriller. And you'll see what it came up with if you click on the link below. It's on Kindle Vella. I wrote about it on Kindle Vella today on my the Writer's Life sister channel to this. It was very interesting. At first, I have to admit, it was kind of a scary experience. I'm like, this AI, artificial intelligence, is writing a mystery. I mean, it kind of sucks. But they're clearly it clearly plagiarizes some of my stuff. That's how it does it. You know, it's out there in the public domain, and it just like steals bits and pieces and puts together a story. You know, could I write it better? Yes. Am I still worried about assholes filling up Kindle Vella and KDP with thousands upon thousands of stories lifted from ChatGPT? I certainly am, and I hope that the powers that be are taking care of that, because you can clearly tell when something's written by ChatGPT because it sort of sucks. But it's good for information, but it sucks otherwise. The prose sucks, especially with fiction, especially. So I would imagine, like, I talked to the powers that be at Amazon last week, as I've mentioned before, and they were just kind of like, it's not my department, which is horseshit, because they're all on the same floor. And, you know, the person I spoke with, I've known for a dozen years, and I'm pretty sure all she has to do is just like nudge the person next to her who works at Kindle Vella and just say, can you look into this? Because at least one author is concerned about it. But their orders are probably like, you know what, stay out of it. So I thought about contacting the person who actually runs the show at Kindle Vella. But then I thought, you know what? She's got to be, she's not stupid. She knows what's going on, I think in general, with Kindle Vella in particular, the monthly royalties were down so much that has to be wrong. Something's wrong with the soup. Somebody pissed in it, and I think ChatGPT did this time. But this has been going on for ages with electronic publishing, the electronic portion of publishing. People taking advantage and people cheating and people gaming the system. I actually had a publisher that was gaming the system, and he made almost like $1 million, and now he's broke. So never game the system. First of all, it's bad karma. Second of all, if you're a writer, you're supposed to be a writer, and you're supposed to use your noggin, nothing else. Which brings me to, as much as ChatGPT can be abused for ill-gotten gain, it can also be a friend. Like I said, I've been obsessed with this for like days now. So I've been doing a lot of research on it. And for the most part, at least I looked at Medium has a lot of good articles on it. And for the most part, people were like, for research purposes, it can really cut down your time, and it can also help you with your grammar. It can do this, it can do that. But I don't have any problem with plotting or coming up with stories. I oftentimes don't even know what I'm going to write about, and that's usually the way I like it. But some people just find it impossible to write a story without being prompted by something. So therefore, they can use ChatGPT to say, like, I want to write a story that takes place in space 4,000 years in the future. what should I write about, or however you would put it in the little search area, and it will come up with ideas for you, good or bad. I don't consider that cheating at all. You can ask the questions, like, does a minigun fire a NATO 7.62 caliber round, and how does a minigun work? And it'll give you probably a better explanation than a Google search would. It would, it's basically the same thing, but it would just give you like a little bit of a blog on it. Now, should you be using ChatGPT prose in your own prose? No. But it will go so far. I asked it. This is something I would never write about, but I asked it to outline a story about a teenager. No, I asked it two things. I said, write a story about a teenager who's bullied in high school and who gets his revenge on the bullies or whatever. And it came back and said, we can't provide you that information because we do not condone violence or anything that's, so like it doesn't, so it's got that like little kind of like, we can't do anything, no violence, no sexism, no, so it's woke. Like you can tell the wokeness has been built into it. So then I rephrased my question and I just said, what's a good story about a teenager who possesses superpowers? And it was like, oh, we'd be happy to provide you with an outline of a story like that. And it gave me like 2 pages or a page worth of an outline for a story. Now, it was actually pretty good, so things like that can be done if you prefer, if you want to do that. Is it going to write the story for you in that case? No, it's just going to give you an outline. But in my case, I asked it to write a 600-word story, Dick Moonlight PI story. And the reason I did it like that was because for Kindle Vella, your episodes must be no less than 600 words. And I wanted to sneakily, it was my sneaky way of seeing like how people might be using this to abuse Kindle Vella. But it actually stopped at 600 words. It kept going. It would have kept going. I don't know how much longer it would have gone on for. But anyway, it stopped at 600 words. And I threw it out because it sucked. But at least I registered with it, right? Look on the bright side. It could have said, we're sorry, we don't know who Vincent Zandri is. That would have made me more pissed off. God, get over yourself, Vince. Get over yourself. All right, that's all I got for you today. So I guess it's good news and some bad news and good news. So like, it's here to stay. ChatGPT is here to stay. And right now, the good news is that it's not going to replace fiction writers or any writer for that matter. 10 years from now, could be a different story. Luckily, 10 years from now, I won't care. So, whatever. That's all I got for today. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I worked all day because I'm hoping to do some skiing at least one day this week. The winter, she is fading fast. We didn't have much of winter to begin with. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao, ciao.